Should chiropractors have a StoryBrand website? So every chiropractor should have a website. I personally think that StoryBrand websites are going to give you the best chance of really speaking to that ideal patient and converting them into a new patient appointment. StoryBrand, if you don't know what that is, it's based on a book called Building a StoryBrand by Donald Miller. StoryBrand is taking the components of storytelling, specifically the hero's journey, and using that to tell the story of your practice or your brand. The reason I think that StoryBrand is the best type of website for a chiropractor is because it forces you to clarify your message and to stay focused on who the hero of the story is, which is that ideal patient. So making sure that you're focused on that allows you to really structure the website in a way that's going to hopefully lead to a higher percentage of conversions. So if you have a website right now that's not really optimized to that ideal patient, not really telling the story of your practice, and you're converting maybe, let's call it 5% of the traffic that comes into your website. So every 100 people that land on your website, 5 of them turn into new patients. If you could completely restructure your messaging and the framework of your website to be more specific to their wants and needs and funneling them towards the conversion that you're looking for, if you can take those same 100 visitors and get 8, 9, 10% conversion versus 5%, you're doing the exact same amount of work to get the people there, but you're converting at a much higher rate. So this is why I think StoryBrand is so much more effective for chiropractors, because most websites that I look at are not very intentional and kind of take a scattershot approach, and they lead to lower conversions. Having a StoryBrand for your website allows you to really be more strategic with your messaging and the conversion factors on your site. Why is a StoryBrand website ideal for chiropractors? So chiropractic is sometimes a difficult thing to explain to people online. So StoryBrand really allows you to focus in on the things that matter to the potential patient. And the more that you can stay focused on them, the more likely they are to trust you and the more likely they are to convert. So too many times I see chiropractic websites that will focus on teaching people about subluxations or teaching people about lifetime family wellness, when most of the people that are on your page are mainly just looking to alleviate some problem that is affecting their life. The more that you can stay focused on that and not get down in the weeds, the more likely they are to resonate with the message and convert into a new patient. So I almost think that StoryBrand allows chiropractors to kind of get out of their own way and stay focused on the patient, which is going to give you the most success with your website. Can chiropractors use StoryBrand in all of their marketing? So when we are creating a website for chiropractors, we use the StoryBrand framework, and it's helpful to get the messaging on the website correct, but the messaging should flow through all of the different marketing that somebody is doing, whether it's in the office, out in the community, or elsewhere online. The more consistent that you can be with your messaging, the better off you're going to be. Now, the messaging that you do in your office is going to be a little bit different than the messaging you do, like say if you go and do external talks or you're creating content for Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. That you're going to have to take the principles of StoryBrand and tailor the message to who the audience is. So somebody who is in your office, they've already made it past that initial stage of just wanting to get out of pain or fix the problem that they have, and maybe they are ready for that conversation around lifetime family wellness and how to optimize your nervous system. So the StoryBrand framework works for whatever conversation you're having with whatever audience you're having it with. It's just a matter of making sure that you understand that you want to stay focused on the things that they care about, clarify the message, make it simple, give them a clear call to action, a clear plan on how you're going to do that. So whether you're talking to a patient that's been in your office for years, or whether you're out at a dinner with the doc, or you're creating content for your YouTube channel, you want to make sure you keep in mind who is the audience for this and how can I clarify that message. How important is chiropractic SEO for a website? So chiropractic SEO is super important for getting your website found. You can have a website that isn't even attached to Google, that Google does not index. If you wanted to, you would just be responsible for driving all of the traffic to the site. What SEO does for you is it allows people to discover you that aren't looking for you specifically. They might be looking for a condition or a service that you might provide, and the more content and the better the SEO on your website is, the more likely you are to show up at the top. So SEO can mean a few different things. Most of the pieces that you're going to be focused on as a chiropractor are going to be around the content that is created for the website. Whoever is helping you with your website should be working on the technical SEO, the back-end on-page SEO, and the off-page SEO, which would be link building, citations, things like that. So SEO, chiropractic SEO is going to be very important to new people being able to discover your website, which is obviously one of the main things that we have a website for in the first place. What are the most important keywords for chiropractic SEO? So I get asked this question a lot of, what are the most popular search terms? And the most important keywords that matter for your SEO are the keywords that you want to show up for. If you are a personal injury heavy practice, you're not going to care so much about showing up for colic, even if it's a really popular search term. You want to make sure that you are focused in on the types of patients, the types of conditions, the services that you provide, and that you're creating content around those things. Because even if the search volume is very low for something that you really care about, if that's what you want to fill your practice with, you have to give yourself every chance to show up when those types of patients are looking for solutions. So scoliosis is a great example of this. Scoliosis care plans can be huge. People that really excel at scoliosis seem to really love treating those patients. And it may not be a super heavy keyword like low back pain, neck pain, headaches, but if those are the types of people that you want to be able to help, and you think you can do a better job than somebody 100 miles away or somebody else in town, then you want to make sure that you've got content that is fully optimized when somebody is doing that type of search. So there are some basics around, just like things that every chiropractor is probably treating, like low back pain, neck pain, headaches. Those are probably the top three. But after that, it really comes down to what are the conditions, what are the types of patients that you want to be able to help with.